in my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual.
What is going on, guys? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now the day has finally come and I'm actually going to be streaming today. So if you guys are interested in that, you want to play some games with me, you want to chill, ask me any questions to help you guys improve or anything that's bugging you that you feel like you're holding you back, well then hop in my Twitch, come watch me for a little bit. I'll talk to you guys, I'll answer every single kind of chat that you guys send. And yeah, basically the link is in the bio or the description right now. You can just go check it out, or you can look at WraithFN in Twitch. You can look that up too, depends kind of what you guys want to do basically. But I will be going live in the next probably 25 minutes from when you see this video. It's 1:30 Pacific Standard Time or 4:30 Eastern Time, I think it is. But yeah, so hopefully you guys do check that out. If you do, again, well, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. But in today's video, basically, I'm going to be talking about how to become a smarter Fortnite player and how to actually improve your Fortnite IQ, which is probably one of the most important, if not the most important thing to learn inside of Fortnite. So yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. If you are, make sure you smash a like, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and use creator code WraithFN in the item shop, and let's get right into today's video. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, which a lot of people do, and even a lot of good people do sometimes, is having tunnel vision. So basically what tunnel vision means is when you're in a fight, basically the only thing you're thinking about is killing that person. You're not thinking about external factors like third party, where the storm is, where you are, what health you have, what loot you have, etc, etc. All you're thinking about is the second you see someone, you're like, okay, what's the best way to kill this person? Which isn't a bad way of thinking, but being intelligent in fights requires you to think of so many different things, not just how to kill the person. You got to be thinking about, like I said, is there someone else coming? Do you have a chance of getting third partied? What really is going on? Like, is there storm pushing in? Whatever, right? Do you not have enough mats for this? You got to have so many different external thoughts during a fight that you can't just be thinking, oh my god, where is this buddy, right? How am I going to kill this guy? That's not the only thing you can be thinking about. You need to be thinking logically. You need to think how long has the fight been going on for 3 minutes, and is it in Loot Lake where tons of people are probably going to rotate to, or is it in Lucky Landing so you have a little bit more time, etc, etc. Small things like that are so important in the long run that it's super important to remember to not just tunnel vision on someone. Remember every small thing and try and focus on other things. Like, obviously focus on the fight, but keep in mind about other external factors that could be happening. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is when people do all their practice in creative, learn new 90s, like we'll learn Bizzle 90s or Mongo 90s or whatever, or cool face sway high ground retake. Yet when it comes to a game, they don't do any of that. This is a big problem that I used to have a ton. I still have it a little bit, but I've been working on it quite a bit, and I'm extremely happy because I have seen tons of improvement. And the big thing for me was when I was in a game, I would just do a normal double 90 or 390s. Yet when in creative I do it, I would try and do Mongo 90s, and I'd do them really well. I'd get them off every single time in a 1v1 fight. Yet when it came to the game, I just didn't do it, and I didn't understand why. And then eventually I started doing a couple little tips where basically every single time I was in the game and I lost high ground, I was like, okay, you're doing this high ground retake, or you're doing this mongrel 90. If you're doing it, you're doing it. I just kept it in my mind, and no matter what happened, I always kept in my mind, you're doing this 90 and you're doing this. Like, you're not thinking about anything else. You're not thinking about killing this guy. You're thinking about getting that 90. Because once you get it in your mind, once you get in your head to actually start doing them, then it's way easier. And yes, trust me, there are still times where I wouldn't do the 90 and I was pissed. I'd be like, hey, come on, bro, you got to do this. And I just kept beating myself up over it. And eventually I started to get it. And eventually I started doing it every single time. And now, obviously, I don't do normal 90s unless there's like unless the opportunity calls for it. But I do Mongo 90s in fights. Same with some sway high ground retakes. There's a couple things that I still need to work on every single time. Like, for example, the double edit. Instead of doing just cone over my head, in creative I can do a double edit and it works completely fine. Yet in game, I'll just put a cone and someone will put a floor, and I'm like, come on, Tyson, you got to do the double. So yeah, that's a kind of quick tip to help you guys with that kind of problem, is just no matter what happens, be like, okay, I've been working on this, I can do it, okay? Trust me, just do it. Now the next tip I'm going to give, and this is a big one with extremely smart players and good players, Bizzle and Benji Fishy are probably one of the best players I've seen to do this, and they keep patient and they don't just rush people to rush people. Every single fight they take is extremely intelligent, and when they go on height, they don't just push down because a person boxed up, or they played extremely smart. If someone boxes up, they might wait a couple seconds to see if they peek. If they don't, then they probably drop down, make sure they're protected, then try and take their box. They're extremely patient. They don't just W key. They don't just go for the box kill just because the buddy's box, right? It's extremely important to calm down, realize that you have more time than you think so, and think about what you're going to do. Again, if you're on height, what are you going to do next? You have a couple seconds, you can chill, you can think about it. Okay, well, what's my best case scenario? What should I do right now? You have so many different options that sometimes people will make split seconds decisions. Sometimes they're right, but sometimes they're wrong, right? Now, obviously, a pro player has more chances of being right because he's been in the scenario so many times. But for those average players like you and me, then you sometimes need a second to make the right decision. You might originally think, okay, it's good to drop, and then a second later you might actually think about it and you're like, okay, probably not the best idea to drop, right? So it's so important to be patient. Remember, you don't always have to push someone. You don't always have to W key out of your mind. You always have to like go 1,000 miles per hour, because that's something I used to do and it never worked out well. Always take your time, relax, be patient, and trust me, your fights will go so much better because you're going to be so much more calm. You're going to have way more time to think, okay, what should I do in this scenario? I am boxed up. Should I wait for him to try and break my wall and then kill him? Or should I let him take my wall, do a ramp, cut the ramp in half, edit play him, whatever, right? Whatever the case is, it's probably different for each time. Take your time, be patient, and trust me, it will help you out so much. Now, this is probably the biggest thing I see people do that's just super bad, and a really bad habit that a lot of people do, and it's rushing people after you've knocked someone or kill someone and go for the loot. So in solos, after I used to do this one a ton, and I know a lot of you guys do too. The second you knock someone, especially if it's one of the later zones, basically what you do is you just push no matter what. Sometimes people will tunnel and they'll go for the loot, and it's just like, do you really need the loot? Now obviously if you only have attack and no mobility, no mats, no nothing, then that's a little bit different. Okay, you can go probably for the loot. But if you have a golden combat, if you have a launch pad, a rift to go, max mats, well, it's probably not smart for you to go for the loot, right? So a lot of people, I don't know why, just have that mentality the second they knock people, okay, oh my god, I need to go find this guy's loot before someone else takes it, which isn't always the case. You don't need to go get the loot if you have good enough loot, right? Just remember that. And same thing with duos or even squads. Sometimes my duo partner will knock someone and it's like, hey, rush, we need to go push this person. When in reality, you don't really need to push the person. Like, you can take a couple seconds, go back to that patient, again, just spray him with your AR. Or sometimes you don't even need the full kill. Sure, an extra point would be nice, an extra 50 health would be nice if you're low, but if you're in a bad spot where the zone's about to rotate and there's 3 other people boxed beside you and you decide to go rush that person, it's not the best idea. And imagine if you go and rush someone like Secret Mongrel, like, just because you knocked out Mitro or something doesn't mean Mongrel's not going to be able to clap you and your duo partner, right? So it's extremely important to remember that you don't always have to rush people just because you knocked them, dealt a lot of damage. That's a big one. People, you see Tfue all the time. He'll hit someone for white 3 times and he still doesn't push. He's like, hey, well, it's not the best push for me to make, right? I can just chill, loot a couple, or chill for a couple seconds, see where the zone is, etc, etc. You don't always need to push just because you damage someone, trust me. Now here's a last tip, and I'm sure all of you guys who watch my videos knew this one was coming, but basically VOD review yourself and VOD review pro players. This will help you become a smarter player in Fortnite, the fastest out of any other thing, because basically if you're watching players who are better than you play, you're going to become a better player. Sure, you might not have the same mechanical skill, you might not have the exact same skill, but if basically you watch how they play, when they take fights, what they do when they get boxed, etc, etc, then basically you're going to be able to put that into your own game and you're going to become a smarter player overall. VOD review is so underrated, and that's why I say every single video trying to help people improve, because trust me, if you want to get better in this game, watch players like Benji Fish, Bizzle, Tfue, all those type of guys. It's such a big difference and it'll make your gameplay improve so much. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you comment what you want to see for a future video, and I hope to see you guys at the stream. I'm looking extremely forward to it. and I'll see you guys then. But yeah, that's basically it. Make sure you use creator code FN in the item shop, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace it, guys. Have a good one.